Welcome back to another 78 Camaro video. Hopefully we get a few things done. Unfortunately, he was a little too busy this week, so we're going to have to probably take care of that. And I think we will look at the rear end tonight and see what we can do. I've got one task ahead of that. I got to take the black car home real quick because we're running out of nice weather real fast. Finally made it back. Sort of ran out of gas in the black car. I forgot on that car, because it's been a while since I've driven it, that if you're going uphill and it says you have less than a quarter tank of fuel, you don't have any fuel. So, luckily neighbor Jeff saved me. Let's get back to work. Well, when you're having those kind of days, they just happen. So not only did I run out of gas, not only has work just been terrible today, but we found the springs, and then we went through all of the shelving, all of the floor space, everywhere, looking for these, which we did finally find. Not anywhere close to where we were expecting them. And then we freaked out because we're like, oh no, did we order shackles? So we were looking, so we were thinking about ordering shackles. And then of course, we found our included package from UMI with the springs. And of course, there's new shackles in there. So yeah, we've probably spent half an hour running around like chickens looking for parts. It happens. Looking at everything we've got sitting here. Here's our new shackle plates. Here's the bushings, although the new springs do have the front eye bushings already installed, so these will just go into stock. We've got new rear shackle bolts and nuts. We have brand new cage nuts for our spring perches, and these guys, because they're always bad, they got little windows here. So see how you can see this little window? So this little nut will go in this way and then set over that hole. So we'll do those in just a little bit. Got to peel the tape off of this one here. Those are these guys here. And we've got these sorted. Luckily he remembered to mark these, so that was easy. So now we'll just start putting them together. Alright, that's fun to do 50 foot-pounds. You might break a bucket. Okay, so we've got that on there, and we're going to see if we've got enough room to slip it in there without having to move the lift pad. So we'll take a look here. Alright, we spread our load. We've got that just spun out of the way a little bit. You can see we did put our new little guys up there. So, pounds at least. Oh God, at least. The shell? Yeah, probably. And we'll pop that guy in. Alright, so there's one. Now we've still got to go back and tighten the shackles, but we're going to wait until, we'll get them snuggy, but we won't torque them until we have a little bit of weight on them, I think. Okay, that one was a little more of a fight, but we got it. So we'll go ahead and swing this arm back under and get this up. Okay, I'm taking 5 for a minute. I've been working on tightening. I forgot we got poly bushing, so I can just tighten them now. So that's what we're doing. Getting them snugged up to their 50 pounds, which is not easy. You'd think it would be, but you don't want to ding the fender. So we're getting there. It looks pretty cool having all this new stuff on here. You don't get to see that every day. Unfortunately, I'll never be this clean again. Alright, next thing we're going to do is drop the car back down and reposition our jacks before we add more weight. We're not as happy with our weight distribution now, so we don't want to drop anything. Alright, that was fun, but we've got it. Now we're picking it up where I would normally pick up an F-body. So you can see to the inside of the spring pocket here. That's very strong. Same over there. So, and we're not going to worry about bolting in any subframe connectors until this is a car on the ground. Until all the doors and stuff are hung, there's no point in that. We don't want to go twisting or setting a twist in the car. We have had a very long, frustrating few minutes trying to figure this, trying to figure this out. We were starting to kind of map out mounting the axle, We were looking at shocks going, well, which way do these plates go? We didn't remember them being offset like this. And we went through forums, through YouTube videos, everything, and we couldn't find anything that looked like this. And then we finally walked over to the original axle, which is in the other room in there, and looked at what those plates look like, and they don't look anything like these, because those are just universal plates that came with the housing when we bought it. So it took us a long time to figure out where these came from. I was going through orders, trying to figure out, did we buy them from DEI or UMI or who? And yeah, no, those are just generic plates that came with the axle. So for now, we're going to use them to hold the axle, and then we're going to get the correct plates before we can put the shocks in. Well, and with that, we really blew it. When we ordered this rear end from Quick Performance, we did not even think about having them put factory style mounts on or any of that. So of course, the bushings we got for our 78 Camaro, or the kit, came with these spring isolators, which of course don't fit here. 2, see that? Well, it would have a big slice right here for that, and we obviously don't have that, so we're gonna have to get some universal style and go from there. I think I might have some from a 68 Camaro that might actually be really similar. In fact, I bet they're very similar. So yeah, we're gonna see what we got. But yeah, that's quite frustrating. Now, since we blew it on putting the rear end in, we're gonna go ahead and work on harvesting these spindles real quick. Of course, I say that, I bet this takes a few minutes. Okay, we're getting there on this one. So I got for air tools a little bit of corrosion, a little Minnesota in there. So we got that apart, and before we pull that rotor, we're going to go ahead and get the other one stripped down to the same level. And then we can take them up to the bench, flip them, and pull them. We're going beast mode here, making a big old mess. So those are off. Now I just got to pop these little guys off, back off spindle nuts, get these rotors out of here, and then he's got his homework for next week. Got that one pulled. I was getting ready to pull this, and I unfolded this cotter pin, and I don't know that I've ever seen somebody use a 4-inch cotter pin on one before. And with that, we've painted ourselves into a corner. There's not a lot we can do until we figure out what we're doing back here. So we're working on that. But at least now he's got his spindles and backing plates. So as soon as he gets them cleaned up enough to mark them so that we can't mess them up, he'll get those all nice and cleaned up. No reason not to reuse them, because we're doing our drop with the coilover. So this type of shock, it has a threaded body, and here's the actual spring. So we can actually adjust the height pretty easily. And then, they calculated the spring rate based on, being a big block Chevy. So all of that should work out slick. We really had hoped to be a little further. But, a lot of things fight you. On the upside, we do have springs in here now. That makes me feel pretty good. And we found those freaking spring brackets. That was quite spooky. So yeah, I know now we have the whole, oh geez, do we have the springs backwards? I don't see how we could, but it's been that kind of day, so we get worried about things. So anyway, I'm gonna pass this back over to ShopRex. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Sure wish we'd have got this all done and this car was on the road. This has been another ShopRex approved video.